Okay. Okay. Welcome everybody. If you haven't already, please type your name, child's name, and email address in the chat. And once again, you'll be entered in our refer raffle. And if you brought a friend, let us know, because then you get entered into the raffle twice. And this week we're giving away $25 gift card. So next week's going to be next month's going to be a surprise, but it'll be something in line with that.
So can I put the agenda for today's meeting is in the chat, and also I just put in a link for the PSA Google Classroom for our classroom for you to join that if you haven't done so already, and also a list for the PSA mailing list and a volunteer form. There's a link for that too.
All right, it's 10 after 6. So Tiffany, you want to get started?
Sure. Give me 1 second. Okay, so good evening. It is now 6:10. The meeting will please come to order. We have now met quorum, which requires 6 attendees and 2 executive board members. Welcome and thank you for coming to our last meeting of 2020. My name is Tiffany Cortes and I am this year's president. Please be advised that all virtual meetings are being recorded as the meeting record minutes and will be shared via email with parents. The agenda is as follows. At 6 p.m., we have the welcome. 6:10, reading and approval of minutes. 6:15, the treasurer's report by Annie Ross. 6:20, the president's report by me and Patrina Lewis. 6:25, we're going to hold a special election, which is for the Title I PAC chair alternate. 6:35 p.m. will be the president's report, a continuation. 6:45 p.m. is the principal's report by Miss Natalie Perez-Hernandez. 6:50 p.m. is the Mascot contest update by Miss Velazquez. 6:55 p.m. communications announcements by Mary-Louise Foss. And 7 p.m. are questions and discussion. And then we will have the adjournment. You're muted. Mary-Louise.
Sorry, I couldn't find the unmute. A video recording of December's meeting and written minutes was distributed via email and posted to the school's website. And a link to these have also been placed in the chat. So if you haven't had a chance to take a look at them, please do. And we also post all of our minutes on YouTube, our YouTube channel, and you can find the links to those on the school's website under ps376.org/PSA-meetings.
They're in the chat now. It's the last thing in the chat, just if anyone needs them.
Are there any corrections or additions to the minutes? If there are no corrections, the minutes stand approved. And we will now have the treasurer's report by Miss Annie Ross.
Good evening, everyone. Again, thank you for joining our January 2021 PSA meeting. Again, my name is Annie Ross, and I'm the treasurer. So first thing about the referral raffle, again, the guideline is for every time you attend a meeting, you get an entry into the raffle. Please make sure to put your name in the chat box for your entry, or let us know your name if you're on the phone. If you bring another parent who has never been to a meeting, you'll get an additional entry. This doubles your chance of winning. Please note in the chat if you brought a new parent. A winner will be drawn each week for the previous month's meeting. Okay, so right now we're going to pick our referral raffle winner from last month for December 2020. So good luck to all the entries.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Everyone's name that was here last month is here. So if you were here last month and you don't see your name, let us know. You want to take a look real quick? Anyone? Okay, here we go.
Alrighty, Melissa win. Is she here? Is she here? Melissa, if you're here, please make yourself known. If not, we will email her. One second. We do have her email. So if she's not here at the moment, we'll definitely email her to tell her that she won the raffle of the $25 Food Bazaar gift card. Congratulations again to Melissa.
All right. Moving along.
Okay, so our fund balance as of January 11, 2021 was $2,397.65. Our previous balance for the previous month in December did not include the petty cash, so it was not correct. So this month is correct, is reflecting the petty cash that we have on hand, as well as the current expenses. So the recent expenses that we had, the current ones, so we did the school staff holiday gift, which we did on December 15th of 2020, and that cost was $159.55. Bringing our budget down to $2,422.65. Then we have the referral raffle gift card, which is for today for $25, and that brought our balance to $2,397.65. Please note that the balance that we have also indicates the reimbursement to the executive board members for the school staff holiday gifts. So here are the proposed expense budget for the future. So we have a game night coming up, and we propose that for $50, and that will bring our budget down, to $2,347.65. And then also we propose to have another referral raffle gift card for $25, and that for the meeting that will be taking place on February 14th, 2021. And that will bring our balance down to $2,322.65. Do anyone object to these proposed expense for the up-and-coming event and raffle gift card? Okay, so I would take that as no objection. Thank you. And the next thing on the slide on agenda is dues and donation. The PSA is requesting from all the parents to donate a minimum of $5 for the annual dues. The dues is here to help our association function and provide extra financial help for the school. Ways to make a donation is cash. There will be a donation slip that will be sent home in person for in-person students once school resumes. And the second option will be online. We are looking for options to pay dues electronically, and we'll notify the parents when that comes available.
Oops.
And graduation picture. Okay, we're almost done with graduation pictures. We're literally like 50% 50% of the graduation pictures have been refunded, but we still have 50% more to refund. So if you know any kindergartens and fifth grade students from last year that were in the kindergarten or fifth grade, please give them our email address at ps376psa@gmail.com. And for those that are still in this school, please contact us at this email so we can schedule a date and time to schedule a pickup for the graduation picture refund payment.
And Annie, did we find out whether if people didn't deposit the check yet and it has the previous executive board names on it, is that going to cause an issue or not?
I'm not as of yet, but there were only like 2 people that didn't cash their check. So
Okay. So there's 2 checks out there with the previous executive board names on them?
yes, that didn't cash it, the estimate.
Okay. Do you maybe we could reach out to them privately and just
Yes, me and Tiffany already discussed how we was going to handle those
okay. All right, cool. Just
to
wanna make sure.
parents.
Awesome.
Okay, that'll be the end of my treasury report. Thank you, everyone.
I just wanted to add the family game night is actually on the 21st of January. And now I will give my report. Are there any questions so far? Please type it in the chat. So last month, we are going to give a recap. So we kicked off the mascot contest. If you guys have been logging on with your children to Miss Velazquez's art class, you guys should know that she started, showing the kids what to do in the class as far as what a mascot is and how we're going to go about it. And a lot of the kids have been sending a lot of their artwork and it looks amazing. So I'm excited. And it's also in honor of Mr. Torellis. So,
And Ms. Velazquez is also going to talk about it later
Yep.
this evening. And we have some examples to show, which are very cute.
Awesome. And we also we're continuing our investigation for the fundraising options for the 501c3 status. We also are beginning to plan for upcoming virtual events like the cookies and canvas that we're going to do in February, as well as the game night on the 21st. Mary-Louise, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
We'll talk about it later on. This is just going over just kind of like a brief recap, but there's a time later on where we can talk about the actual game night events and the cookies and canvas.
Okay, cool. So, and then we also presented PS376 staff with their staff appreciation gifts. We had a snowman soup in reusable mugs and everyone really enjoyed it and it looked amazing. So that's how they look like. And those are some of the staff receiving their mugs. Now we're gonna have a special election for Title I Parent Advisory Council Chair Alternate. Give me a moment.
So here's an overview of what the Title I PAC is, if you want to go over that.
Yeah. So the role of Title I Parent Advisory Council is a consultative, that is a big word, and representative body that involves and engages all Title I parents of participating students in the Title I program. The Title I PAC chairperson will represent the PAC and participate with the SLT in the joint review, planning, and improvement of the school's Title I program, CEP, and the development, revision, and review of the parent and family engagement policy. The size of the Title I PAC is a school-based decision. It should include Title I parents and Title I parents of students in various grades and English language learners and students with IEPs. Responsibility of the Title I PAC is to ensure effective involvement of all Title I parents to support the partnership between other school community stakeholders, SLT, etc. Title I PAC informs Title I parents on Title I issues and assures that the views, opinions of the school's Title I parents are conveyed to the SLT.
And the position that we're electing tonight is the Title I PAC chair alternate. So that means, I'm guessing here, that means that they stand in for the chair if the chair is unavailable, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And the current chair is Andreina, is it Perez?
Yes.
Perez, yeah. If anybody knows her. Is she here tonight?
No, she wasn't able to be on. So.
Okay.
Yeah, she had mentioned before that she wouldn't be able to attend the meetings due to the time, and the alternate would have been in her place. So maybe that's why.
Okay. So you will be required to possibly attend all of our meetings, our monthly meetings.
So the role of Title I chairperson on SLT is represents Title I parents at the SLT. It shares news with the Title I parent committees, parent and family engagement policy. It consults with Title I parents on the 1% budget, and it works with subcommittees on SWP planning.
Do you know what the time requirement is for the for this position? Just to let people know. I know that's always an issue.
I'm not sure. I think it's the same as us.
So like a monthly meeting, and then you are also required to attend the SLT meetings and the PSA meetings, right?
Yes.
Mary-Louise?
Yeah.
Aziz said she wants to stop the interpretation. She's going to explain.
Okay.
Someone's asking a question in the chat. I think Jazzy wants to explain the answer.
Do I have to take her out? I think I do, right?
Yeah, she has to figure out.
Hang on a minute. Jazzy to the rescue. There she is. Can she talk? Oh, she's still in the interpretation. Hang on. You are sharing your screen. I want to not share my screen. Interpretation.
Yay, Jazzy.
Sorry, one second. I'm trying to get her.
Superwoman.
End. Okay.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, good. So two things. The PAC chair and alternate are not required to attend all PSA meetings. It is ideal that their meetings are the same day as yours so that there's not two separate meetings, but if that's not possible, they can host their own meeting on a different date. The alternate and the chair, they're supposed to work together, whether the chair is not there or is there. The part that lies where the alternate comes into play is, for example, if it is the day that they're going to do the PAC meeting and the chair is not available, then she will facilitate, or he would facilitate. And also there will soon eventually be district PAC chair meetings. So that will be the place where the alternate will come in if the chair cannot attend any of those meetings. And the term of PAC chairs is 2 years, right? So after you do this election, the PAC chair and alternate will have to complete, it's not called bylaws, I think it's called protocols and procedures for Title I PAC. And in there, they will fill out the part of the terms. But right now, the terms are 2 years.
And someone asked, how does one apply for the positions for the PAC and the SLT teams? Can you
Yes.
give a quick overview?
So for the PAC, well, I'll do the PAC first. So for the PAC, anybody can apply. Like, for example, at this time, we're having a special election. So if you are interested in filling that position, this would be the time where, when we get to that part and they ask if anyone would like to nominate themselves, this would be the time where you would raise your hand and nominate yourself. The same thing goes for SLT. So SLT for your school has already been filled. That was taking place during the elections for the PTA executive board. So just for next year, every time they host PTA elections, that is also where they will host SLT elections. So you would have to be in the PTA meeting so that you can participate in the election. You have to physically be there in person. Because we're virtual, it's physically in virtual world. And if you're in the meeting, you can nominate yourself, and the procedure is the same. They will explain what the job title is, what it entails, how long is the term, and then they will take nominations, and that's how you would get on that team. It goes by vote, but that will take place for this school year. It's already done. So now in April, May, that's when elections will be done for next year's PTA. So if there's ever a vacant seat, then that's where they would do the elections for SLT.
And she asked if she's a teacher in District 32, would that be a conflict of interest, or could she still apply?
As long as you're not a teacher in the school that your child goes to, you can be a PTA president, you can be on the PAC, and you can also be on the SLT. It just can't be the school your child is in, if you work there.
Great. Okay, I'm gonna put you back in interpretation, okay? Thank you so much for your wealth of knowledge.
De nada.
Thank you. So if anyone would like to nominate themselves, can you please either raise your hand or
Have them type it in the chat.
in the chat? Yeah. Anybody at all?
I nominate myself. I'll do it.
Who is that?
Annie
Oh.
Ross.
Aren't there conflicts that we can't cross on certain,
Oh, Jazzy said no.
right? They are, right?
No.
Yeah, Jazzy just said no in the chat.
But wait,
Okay.
no, he said
Wait,
no.
Jasmine said no, you can run, or no, there's no
No,
conflict.
I can't run. I'm the only person that can run, but other people on the executive board for the PSA can.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so I'm good then.
Yes.
Okay.
I see Raina wrote Angie. Which Angie?
Probably Angie Lee Vasquez, I would say.
Hi, if Reina's talking about me, then I decline. Sorry, Reina.
Angie, everyone wants you on their team, Angie. Come on.
I've been there a while. I got my parents, I know, but no, I'm sorry, I can't.
Okay.
Jennifer Tejeda, 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 Tejada. Okay. Nominates herself.
Sorry, I was trying to unmute myself.
Hello. She was cutting in and out. So we have 2 people so far.
Mhm.
Anybody else?
Yeah. I'm going to stop sharing for a minute so I can create the poll for this.
You don't need to create a poll. That's okay.
Oh, are you backing out?
I am.
Are you unnominating yourself?
Yes, I am nominating
Okay.
myself.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. You can arm wrestle for it.
No, thank you.
All right. Is there is there anyone else who would like to nominate themselves or nominate someone else? I don't hear anyone, so I think we could probably move on with
So I think Jennifer Tejada is the alternate. So if you can send me your information, please. Jennifer, your name, your number, and your email address. Well, I'll get in the email. I'll put my email in the chat. You can just send me an email.
uh-oh, we just had another nomination.
No, I think that was her info. Hold on.
No, yo nomino a la señora Berusca Reyes.
Oh, I don't see that. I don't even see that.
Oh, she direct messaged me. Maybe, I don't know. That came from Reina.
Dígame. No, yo no he dicho nada. No sé. Lo que pasa es que no encuentro la parte donde hablen español y no entiendo absolutamente nada de lo que están hablando.
She can't see the interpretation.
Yo le,
The globe.
a usted sí,
Yeah. I don't know how to say that in Spanish. Damn.
en español.
Hey.
Ahora mismo, pero anteriormente no todo lo demás que se habló,
What's the problem?
nada. No lo encontraba. Si le estaba dando a cosas sin saber.
She doesn't understand what we're saying. She doesn't know where to go for the interpretation.
For the interpretation? Okay, I'm gonna share my screen and go back to the
She fixed it. She says she's talking to her.
Oh, okay. Cool. But Reina nominated her, but I think she direct messaged me on accident.
No, we can't hear you, Jazzy.
I have to take Jazzy out of the interpretation again to hear her.
Yeah, she.
You could actually
Si me dicen de qué se trata para saber.
Espérate un momento, okay?
Do we want to take Jazzy out? Is that what you need
Yeah,
to happen?
I think
Okay.
just take her out for now. She said no. I don't know what to.
Okay, Señora Reyes. Oh, you ended it. You didn't have to end it because she can hear me, but you
Oh,
can
okay,
hear her
sorry.
too.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can put you back in there then. Do
Yes,
you
put me back.
Okay. I can't figure. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. All right. So, did anyone else nominate themselves, or is it just? I mean, do we have the person, or is another person? I'm confused now. What's going on? Jazzy, did she nominate herself, or I don't know what to do.
Mary-Louise, what was the name that was messaged to you? Just put it in the chat to Jazzy and ask her. if
Yeah.
that-
Okay, I'm just gonna put in the chat, Reina Michaka
ask Jazzy if that
and me and nominated.
if that came from the Spanish line or not.
I mean, I'll just put it to everyone there.
I think she wanted to know what it entailed.
Okay.
She was saying that
Does she want, did you explain it to her?
well, I didn't. I don't know if Jazzy did.
I can't hear you, so type it in the chat.
We have another nomination for Jennifer Tejada.
She's saying no. I see Miss Reyes doing this.
No. Oh boy. She's
Okay.
Jazzy said she was having trouble with their interpretation.
Can someone tell her to rejoin? Tell Miss Reyes.
In
Click
Spanish?
el globe en abajo.
Ya yo le di al globo y dice español en la parte superior derecha, pero sí la estoy escuchando.
So
Yeah, she hears her.
Jazzy
Okay.
can hear her, yeah.
Okay.
Ujú. Sí, claro, por supuesto, para aceptarlo o no. Okay.
She's explaining to her.
Mhm. The good news is Andriana does speak Spanish, so if she would like to participate, she would be able to communicate with her.
For sure.
I wish my Spanish was better, honestly. I need to brush up.
It happens, girl. I'm Puerto Rican and I'm a New Rican. So it's nice.
Que nunca he estado en algo así, pues entonces no tengo ni idea de cómo se maneja eso. No.
I never. I heard I never.
Gracias.
I'm good.
So does she want to take it or not take it?
No. Jazzy's saying no. She declines the nomination.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's no one else in the chat then that wants to nominate themselves? Is it Jennifer?
No,
Tejada, the only one?
there's another one for Jennifer Tejada, but that's it.
Okay, so I believe the consensus is Jennifer Tejada is the winner. And there we go.
Officially, yay.
Do you want to say anything, Jennifer?
Hi, so my daughter's in kindergarten. This is my first time participating in PSA meetings. And I look forward to working with you guys more and learning more about the structure of this team and how it all functions. And hopefully I can contribute in a positive way that I have an impact on the school.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
I'm gonna put I didn't get your information. I'm just gonna put my email. If you could just
I put it in the chat.
Yeah, I
It's
didn't
in
get
the chat.
I didn't
I'll put it
We'll
in.
send it to you.
just in case, just send me a quick email. It's easier that way. Thank
All right,
you
I'll
so
send-
much.
Yeah, I'll email you now.
So with the sole nomination, Jennifer Tejada is the PAC alternate for 2020-2021. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Okay, so now we have are COVID updates. So currently, PS 376 has 3 positive cases that may have exposed other members in the community. There was a 4th positive case of a school community member this week, but this person did not expose anyone at our school. All students who may have been in contact with a COVID positive person were contacted via email and phone. And administration will be updating daily on closures.
And we wanted to clarify this because there were some conflicting emails that were sent, and the DOE and the state were saying one thing and our school was saying another. But this has been the clarification that's been given to us by administration. And please, Ms. Perez-Hernandez, if we're wrong, please tell us. And have we gotten a notification about tomorrow?
So we have not received any notification. I have been in contact with the Situation Room throughout the day today. And I spoke with them last, I would say about an hour and a half ago, and they are scheduled to call me sometime this evening with a decision. So we have our emails ready and our robocall ready so that as soon as I hear a determination either way, we're prepared to send that out to our families. For the second bullet, we do need to clarify after receiving some communication from the PSA today regarding a 5th case that was reported. That was not what our school has had on record or was aware of. So we immediately called the Situation Room to verify and find out about the error in the data reporting. And at that time, I was informed that there was a positive case during the winter break that was a non-exposure case. So no one in our school community would have been exposed to this school member that did test positive during the vacation. We were not notified, so we were not aware of that 5th case. So right now, at this moment, as it stands, that should be updated to 5. 3 positive cases with possible exposure, and now 2 cases with non-exposure.
Okay. And I have a question. Is it possible, because I mean, we had our own communication, but is it possible if when you guys forward your emails, like can you guys put like if like I maybe highlight like if it's a new case? Because it was very confusing, the conflicting emails. So I'm like, is it still 2 cases? But then I got another thing that it was a 3rd. Somebody else told me it was a 3rd. So I was, so if that can be addressed, please.
I agree. So what's happening with the emails is we get letters from the Situation Room where we have to send out to the community, right? And that tells you about the positive cases or the potential cases. And that's as cases are reported. So we're emailing those letters out, and then we were also emailing with the school closure, and we didn't update the number in the school closure email. So that's, I think, where the confusion happened. We apologize for that. And I think you have a great idea there, Tiffany, like notifying. We know we've now got 5, maybe in future emails, this is now case 6, case 7, or whatever, so that parents can track. Exactly as they're coming in, because sometimes they come in one right after the other. Sometimes they come in simultaneously. Sometimes they come in together, but you don't get the update until the following day. And now a potential case has now become a positive case. So I think we'll go with numbering the potential cases and then numbering the positive cases so that parents are better able to keep track of that information. That's a great suggestion. So I hope that clarifies. Is there anyone that is not clear that needs me to repeat anything or review any information about the COVID cases?
I had a question.
Sure.
I was wondering, do you think that the Situation Room is going to continue to update us like on a daily basis? Or do you think there's going to be a point at which they'll say, oh, the school's going to be closed for 10 days or 5 days or whatever, like a longer period than day by day?
That is possible. And I do know of schools where that has happened. They've gotten the daily notification up to a certain point. And then after a certain amount of days, they've been told no, we're going to go into a 10-day closure. I think there are a few things that impact that. One is, so right now, when I'm notified that we're closed another day, the rationale is we have not concluded our investigation, right? So they have to go to every individual that positive individual was in contact with to determine if they are symptomatic or if they've been tested, if they have a positive case. So I don't think they have completed their investigation. I think if they feel that it's going to take them too long to complete it within like a day-to-day window, and they know it's going to take them a longer amount of time, they may signal to us that they're going to shut us down for more time. Or if they feel that there is community spread, then they may also close us for an extended period of time. My colleagues that have been in this situation and that have had a 10-day closure, those were the two areas or the two rationales that they were provided with that caused them to close for a 10-day period. If they're able to conclude the investigation within the next day or two, then I anticipate that they'll tell us we could return. And it could be hopefully today. I have not heard from them. So, I'm hoping. I do know that they're very, very thorough in their investigation, and they will not rush to close a case unless they're certain that they have outreach to every possible individual and have a definitive answer. Of course, that doesn't mean that, nothing will come from it, but they are very, very thorough in their approach.
Thank you.
I hope that clarified, Ms. Kim.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, great.
Are there any other questions regarding this? Any from the Spanish line? If you could just let us know.
No.
Okay, cool.
Gracias.
Tonight's email, once I do get a decision on whether there's an extended closure for tomorrow or if we're returning tomorrow, we have clarified all of the cases in the email so that, there's clarity moving forward. Thank you. Gracias.
Thank you so much. So you can get your child's COVID-19 test results online. Schools offering in-person teaching and learning are conducting weekly random testing of students and staff for COVID-19. If your child is tested, you should hear results via text, email, or phone call within 2 to 3 days. Please make sure that your school has your most current contact information. If you haven't heard anything after 48 to 72 hours, you can contact the New York City Public Schools COVID-19 testing result hotline at 646-614-3028. When you call, please have the following information available: your student's name and date of birth, the date and school where testing occurred, the name of the lab that performed the test. Check the flyer your child was sent home with, or ask your school. To learn more about COVID-19 testing results, visit schools.nyc.gov/COVID results.
Ms. Tejada asked, is there a way to opt into testing for a kindergarten student if a consent form was completed? Like, can you make sure that your kid gets tested?
I'm so sorry. We've actually escalated that question, and there is no way to test kindergarten students. There's not even, their barcode doesn't appear. So without a barcode for a student or a staff member, there's no way that they could test them and get their results. So unfortunately, kindergartners are not able to be tested.
Why is that? What does the barcode do?
So the barcode tracks the specimen and the results, and then that's how they know what results match to the individual.
Okay.
We don't even receive barcodes, and they don't come with barcodes for kindergartners at all. And it's because they're exempt from the testing. I don't know why I want them to test, but we asked that and it was no, they don't test.
I have heard that if you are a student at a lot of the testing sites, Stacy Johnson, if you're on the call, I think you're the one that said this, so maybe you could clarify, but you can skip the line. Would this apply for a kindergartner if someone wanted to take their child? Stacy just put information in the chat too.
Is that a health and New York City, like health and the health hospitals in New York City?
Yeah, I'm here. I did it. If you call 311, they don't know for sure what each facility is doing, but on that link, they list like, I don't know, I went to the one in Elmhurst, at Elmhurst Hospital, because they were open on a Saturday. And I just went to the front of the line and I asked the person if we got special privileges for being a DOE student, and she said yes. And I waited in a line that was only like 10 people, even though the other line was 3 blocks long. And I just had to, I gave them the EBT, the PEBT card, but they didn't really have to have proof. But that's what I had on me. And then it was just a little tricky to get the results back. So you just have to make sure that you have a MyChart and that you're assigned as the proxy for your child on your MyChart account, so that the next day or two you can log into your MyChart account and your student, your child is listed. But I did get to bypass the line.
And that makes sense because I do know that Department of Education employees at the city hospitals are able to skip the line and go to the front. So it makes sense that our students would too.
And also I would just like to add, if you go to the housing authority, there's sites, there are no lines. No one is going to the housing authorities. So if you check the website and try to see what's the nearest housing authority, that's another option, because there's never no lines there. And I know several of my friends has gone there versus going to any other sites.
Anything else on this? Oh, someone said. Okay. Okay, we have some questions in the chat, but we are going to address questions, other questions unrelated to this at the end of the meeting. So we can move on.
So we're gonna have our upcoming PSA meetings on January 19th, which is today, February 11th, 2021, March 11th, 2021, April 9th, May 20th, June 10th. The PSA general meetings now occur on the second Thursday of the month at 6 p.m. via Zoom. May's meeting occurs on the third Thursday due to the holiday. And I don't know how to say that. What else is next?
That's Eid al-Fitr.
Thanks. Thanks so much, Michelle.
You're welcome.
So we are trying to have a fundraising committee. We need volunteers, please, if you can volunteer and join us.
We have one volunteer, so we need a few more. It's not a lot of work. You can plan, we can plan around your schedule. It's all remote meetings. So if you have any talent for numbers or for outreach, if you're good at PR, you know somebody who, a business or something that you think might want to contribute to the school, please hit us up. We will not take much of your time, but it would be very helpful. And we are meeting on the 19th at 6 p.m. There's the Zoom link, and this is also going to be put on the school website. So you can just show up. You don't even have to let us know you're coming. Just come.
We have one volunteer in the chat, Elizabeth Kim. And
see you there, Betsy.
Monte, number 3.
I'm here.
Okay.
All right, we got 3. We're up to 4 volunteers now. All right, well, we'll see you guys at the meeting then.
If you guys can send an email to PSA email, can you put the email in the chat, please? Jackie. Anyone who wants to volunteer, if we can have everyone just send the email, that'd be great. And then please join the meeting.
Mary-Louise, I don't see the email. Could you mind dropping it? Just make sure it's a correct one.
Yeah,
PS.
I just added it.
Thank you.
But also, if I will also hunt you guys down and find you, even if you can email me. So don't worry. But it will be helpful if you email.
Okay, Maya, thank you so much. Anna and Elizabeth. So we have some upcoming PSA virtual events. On January 20th, we're gonna have the Winter Fest Family Fun Game Night. Join us online for games, prizes, and to meet your PS 376 community. Annie and Jackie, do you want to speak more on it?
Sure. Hey again, we're having the Winter Family Fun Game Night, our first event for PSA. So we're very excited because it's our officially first event for the parents and something fun. So this is not serious. So just come with positive energy, ready to have fun, a lot of laughter. Bring your silly side. You know, we're just here to have fun and, you know, try to de-stress from all that's going on with this pandemic and, you know, homeschooling, blended learning and everything else. So this is the time where we can like really de-stress. The students can come and de-stress. So this is a family fun activity where everyone is welcome and is, you know, welcome to come and join. So hopefully we see everyone there. People that's not there, please bring a friend. So any of your friends from school, can you please also share the information, because this will be a good event and we're going to have definitely prizes there. And that's about it. Jackie, would you like to add anything else?
No, I just want to say I hope people come because it's this is the only way we can really start a community this year. Unfortunately, we'd really like to get to know everybody and help foster a community at 376. So we hope to see lots of people there.
And all this information will also be put on the school's website. So you can look under the blogs on the school website and there will be a direct link to join. Okay, back to the other events.
On February 10th, we will have Cookies and Canvas, where you will learn and enjoy a new recipe and participate in a painting lesson. Mary-Louise, do you want to talk about the painting lesson?
Sure. So this is kind of like one of those like sip and paint sort of things, except we're going to eat cookies instead. And Tiffany's going to teach us a new recipe to make cookies. And while they bake, I will teach you a couple of fun little, very easy techniques for painting. And we're going to paint a pretty New York landmark, and you'll get to choose and kind of personalize it. So we're going to be sending a list of where you can get the supplies. There's a possibility we might be putting together kits, but we are not sure yet. If not, it's, you know, you can probably get the supplies for under $10 to do this. And, you know, it's both for kids and adults. So this is something that you can do with your whole family. And this is actually happening one day before our next PSA meeting. So we won't be able to talk about it at our next meeting. So just look out for any communications via email. And you can also, there will also be something on the blog where you'll find the link and everything to join.
Thank you. So on March 24th, we're gonna have our Spring Fling Dance / Workout Challenge. Break out your dancing shoes, shake off the COVID blues, and get a great workout at the same time. So I'm actually hoping to work with one of the dance teachers at PS 376. So hopefully it's going to be an amazing night. And so I'm excited about that. So just look out for that as well. And we'll speak more about it at the next meeting. These are the upcoming school closures on January 18th. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, school will be closed. February 12th, Lunar New Year, school is closed. February 15th through the 19th is mid-winter recess. And the first day back is February 22nd. So we're having, well, not us, but there are some upcoming virtual events for coping during COVID-19. There's workshops being held by the Child Mind Institute. I actually just attended one of them. The two just passed, January 11th and January 12th. I went to the Managing Stress and Anxiety one, and it was extremely, extremely, extremely helpful. So I know that that's a big thing with PS 376. I know for myself, social emotional workshops. So if you guys can please attend these. I know a lot of parents have been asking about this, including myself. So there's one coming up on January 18th for mindful parenting from 5 to 6 p.m. There's another one on January 20th, managing intense emotions from 5 to 6 p.m. Will My Child Be Okay on Monday, January 25th from 5 to 6 p.m. Fostering Resilience Within Your Family on Thursday, January 28th from 4 to 5. So there's more info on the PSA blog. If you want to register, please do, because it will be very, very helpful. There's also a couple of more workshops from the Child Mind Institute as well, to support you in learning at home. So supporting your child in virtual learning. We all know that that's difficult as it is. So there's going to be one held on January 13th that passed. So then February 9th is the next one. So building and supporting executive functioning skills, building a foundation for reading at home on Wednesday, February 10th from 5 to 6. And more info's on the PSA blog. So please visit.
And there are a bunch others that go through February. I think might even some in March also. So, and that's all on the blog if you want to hear more about them.
So we have some more announcements. January is New York City Schools Account Sign Up Month. This is being pushed heavily. It only takes a couple of minutes. It's a way for you to actually be involved more in your child's education. That's where the report cards are. You can register all your children there. If you have two different, if you're a single parent and you want to look at your child's information, you can do so and have two different codes for your child. So it doesn't have to be one code, and you can sign up one as the mom and one as the dad.
And all this is on the blog. This is the school's blog, everyone. If you can see, the way to get to it is from our school's website. Unfortunately, it's doesn't have a link back to the homepage for some reason, which we will try to remedy. But when you go to the homepage, let it load a minute, go to parents and then parent blog, or if you click the parents landing page, it's here. So you can go to parent blog, and we're going to start putting like all this information on there as you know, as we go through the month. So if something happens before the next meeting, it'll be on the blog. So keep checking back. But all the information regarding the NYC schools account is there. And then the second thing, Tiffany, that you want.
Yes, so another reason why you should also join the NYCSA accounts, my school's accounts, is because that's the only way you get to vote in the community and citywide education councils election. And the countdown to that is February 1st, when the candidates application window opens. It opens now through February 1st. Continue to educate your families on the important work of the community education councils. It's to positively influence your schools. If you come and join the school's account, it's not only just to look at your students' information, but also if you want to involve yourself more in the community and within your school's community, I should say. So you could go to the next thing. Right now we have our principals report with Miss Natalie Perez-Hernandez. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. I hope everyone's having a wonderful evening tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. I know that I was down to speak about iReady and the iReady program. I know some people, many parents have questions about the iReady program, and the testing is particularly the diagnostic testing, like how is that utilized? Why is it that my child gets questions that seem far too hard for them to do? So the iReady diagnostic exam is an adaptive exam. And that means that the exam changes with every response that the child gives. If a child responds correctly to a question, the exam continues to ask them questions and ask them questions that are harder and harder until it pinpoints the areas in which the student is performing academically. If the child responds to a question incorrectly, it then kind of adjusts the question, simplifies it some, so that it can also identify where the child is performing. So it's very important to allow the children to take the test without giving them any assistance. I know sometimes that's hard when we see them struggle, but if they're struggling, it's because it's really identifying what their strengths are and what are the areas where we need to support them in. The exam should also be given in between 30 to 45-minute intervals. So if you notice that your child has been sitting at the exam longer than about 45 minutes, you could give them a break, have them try it later on in the day or another day. Typically they should be about 45-minute blocks. They really shouldn't be sitting there for longer than that because then they become frustrated, get tired, and that can affect their performance as well. So we are going to be having parent sessions next week during the teacher office hours, and we'll be sharing a video with you from iReady that explains the program as well as the testing. This is the first year that we're using it, so we've had to navigate it a little bit and figure out the answers to some of the roadblocks that we have come across, but we've been able to do that. Once the students are given their diagnostic assessment and the application kind of identifies where they're performing, we're then able to assign them tasks from iReady that they're then able to complete independently. And that works really well with the whole asynchronous instructional time. And we're certain that they're really receiving quality standard-based tasks and assignments. So now that I've given a little bit recap of where we are with iReady, if parents have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer any questions you may have about the iReady program or anything else.
I have a question. With the diagnostic testing, how would a parent get the report of the outcome of the diagnostic testing? Will that be automatically emailed to the parent, or does the parent have to request it?
So part of the video next week will be walking through parents on how to access the reports through the system. My understanding is you have to go in through iReady to access the students' reports. But it does provide parent reports for the children.
when after they take the diagnostic and they have their prescriptive measures for the next steps, will they have that in addition to whatever classwork is given or whatever assignments, or this is going to be in lieu of the assignments? Because sometimes it's depending on the work. When they're remote, it can be a little overwhelming, or when they are in person, how would that play?
That's a great question. So the way our teachers have really been utilizing it is assigning it as a task. And therefore, if it's assigned as a task, something else would not be assigned on top of that, right? So it's almost been taking the place of another task. We have had many parents, though, reach out to us that love the program and have asked us if they could go in and do additional tasks. That is also an option, but that's purely up to the parent if you would like for your child to do additional assignments through iReady. Our teachers are being very mindful of the amount of work that they're giving, and it's not like one thing on top of something else, right? If that's the reading task, then that will be the reading task, unless it's independent reading. They're always independently reading. That's assigned every single night, but they won't have iReady reading tasks and then like expeditionary learning reading tasks. No, it's one or the other.
Okay, and then when they're in person, will the iReady task be like that assignment, or are they going to be utilizing it in class as well?
So we do utilize it in class, mostly as small group. So if you're doing it as your small group task, then that's the task itself. It's not like they're going to have to do that and something else. So the teachers are working it into their instructional program and are mindful, obviously, not to give the students too much work. That doesn't even make sense though, because then you're just going to confuse the children, right? So when we provide small group instruction, we're really cautious about the tools that we're utilizing for the I do, the we do, and then of course the child's you do. So it will replace any other type of task given.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Maya James asked in the chat, will teachers be assigning instruction from iReady, or are they only using it for assessments?
No, we are assigning it as assignments as well.
And what, this is not related to iReady, but while we have you, someone asked in the chat, is 376 considering housing pre-K for next year?
Oh, so that's not a decision that we make at the school level. That is a decision that the planning department of the DOE makes. They capacity and planning, I think the division is called, or utilization and planning. And they kind of survey the schools and the amount of space in the school that's available to determine whether a pre-K program or a 3K program even is brought to the school. So we're not really a school at this moment that has a lot of extra space. So I don't know how they would do that. I love pre-K, but really it depends on the school utilization. And I don't know where they would get extra space, but you know, if they did find it, that would be a possibility, but we don't make that decision. That's something that department and division notifies schools of.
Very cool.
Yeah, Ms. Johnson says it's very unlikely as far as she's heard.
Does anyone else have any questions for the principal?
I'm sorry, another question. If the student takes the diagnostic and they're flagged that they've taken either too much time or that they rushed through it, will it be administered again?
So we can go back and we can reset it so that they're able to kind of go through that part again. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Stacy says 376 and 86 are the only schools in our district that are 100% full. That's why pre-K is in all the schools but 86 and 376. So no room in the inn, I guess. Right.
Any other
Anyone
questions?
else?
Someone is asking that their son is in full-time remote classes. When can they register him for the fall? So if the child is already in our school and they're in the full-time remote program, they're still part of our school and registered to our school. So they would not have to be registered again for next school year. That'll be an automatic transition unless you go to a different school and you want to enroll them in a different school. But if you plan on keeping him at 376 for next fall, that will automatically, all the children that were in full-time remote, I'm hoping, right, that next year, come September, we'll all be back in the school building together as one community. So all the children for full-time remote will then be transitioned back into our fully in-person program.
All right, we're going to move on. We will take some more questions at the end if there's anything left. But we are very behind on time, so we're going to try to move along now. And we're going to hear about our mascot contest from Miss Velazquez.
Good evening, everyone. It's nice to listen to all that you're reporting on the school. As you know, we have started a school mascot contest. I know most of you, and I see most of you online with your kids. So we started it last week, Tuesday, January 5th. And so the students began with research on what a mascot is and what its purpose is. Then they were given some parameters on what they could draw and then some resources so that they can come up with a concept. Most of the classes have sketched out their concepts in pencils. We've revised those concepts a lot. And this week, the students have finalized the concept and now the details. And so their last step is to add color. So here you'll see a picture of mostly pencil drawings because that's where we are at. And the last step, we're going to add color. I'm only allowing crayon and colored pencils so that the drawing doesn't get, drowned out by marker. So I'm going to try to have the kids only use crayon and colored pencil. And then all the students are going to submit their artwork into Google Classroom. So hi, Justin. And then I think they're coming out quite nice from kindergarten to 5th grade. And they're working hard on them. So you can see some students have already started to add their color and some are done. Actually, we have quite a few students that are done. So once they are submitted, I'm going to put them into files. They're going to be reviewed by the IT committee. And I think you guys are going to have access to those files as well. And then we'll start our jury process. So it's very exciting. The kids, it's a great project for them. It's a great project for concept for them. And so I think, to use their creativity and their imagination. So thank you for coming to me with it. And I look forward to completing them with your kids.
Very cool. All right, so I guess it's my turn. This is where I beg you to read all of our things that we send you and tell you where to find them.
Mary, Stacy wants to ask a question.
Sorry.
I just see in the chat, Stacy said question, unless she wants to unmute and ask a question about the mascots. Stacy?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask if there's any way we could think of something fun. Something fun that all the kids can do with their mascot. Like, I don't know, like make a t-shirt or a mug or something. I just worry about the idea that like one person will win and all these other kids are gonna feel sad about losing some contest.
Sure, of course, Stacy. You know, we always keep the kids in mind. So yeah, that is definitely in the back of our mind. And I keep talking to the kids about, I do talk to them about, you know, not just drawing is what it's going to be, this contest is about, but also concept, your idea, you know? So I kind of tell them that, but also, yes, at the back of my head, there's something we're going to do with all these drawings. We're gonna, I don't think it's completely figured out yet, but yes, we'll do something, Stacy, I promise.
Hi, Ms. Velazquez.
Hi. Hi, Clara.
I think we can definitely, you know, showcase them all on the website and also in the hallways of the school, and everyone will, you know, maybe everyone can get a certificate for entering. And there is going to be one winner from the lower grades and the upper grades. And then in each of those we'll have theirs on the t-shirt, but then the official like winner is going to work with someone who is going to kind of sculpt it into a little bit more of a polished image and digitize it, and then that will be the official mascot. But yeah, I definitely didn't want to leave all the kids out or make them feel like they weren't talented because they didn't win. So yeah, I definitely we'll figure out ways to recognize them too from the PSA.
And if you have any ideas, I like that Zyra put that in there. You can always email me via my website if you want, or via my school.
I wish it was cheaper to print t-shirts, or we would print everyone their own t-shirt, but unfortunately it's not. All right. So any more questions on that? ¿Cuál es su correo? What's correo?
Email.
Oh, what is your email? Is this for the PSA?
I think she meant
Ms.
Velazquez's email.
Can you put your email in the chat, Ms. Velazquez?
Sorry, I'm on mute. Yes, I'm going to do it right now.
All right. Okay, cool. So I know one of the goals of the school leadership team this year is to, and I guess it's to encourage parent outreach and to get more parents to fill out this survey. The survey that has been sent out is to basically get your input on how you would like to be communicated with, and if you're receiving the right amount of communications. And basically it's your chance to let the school know if they need to change something. So please fill out this survey. The form is on the school's website under the blog, my new favorite place. And you can find the link to it there. Also, I know kids who are in person were sent a paper copy. If you prefer the paper, you could send that back with your kid. And if you have any questions about it, you can also email us at the PSA email, and we can direct your question wherever it needs to go. PS376psa@gmail. That's been put in the chat earlier. So please fill out the survey, help the SLT reach their goals. This is just about volunteering for a committee. I'm so glad we got some volunteers for the fundraising committee. Once again, that next meeting, January 19th, that's this coming Tuesday at 6 o'clock. And there's the link to join is on the screen, but also you can find it on the blog. And we would also like to institute a membership growth committee that could help with some outreach to our community, especially Spanish speakers, because obviously we fail at that. So would love somebody that is bilingual that could help with membership growth and getting people to come to the meetings. If you're interested, please email us. And I'll put it up in Spanish for people to read. Maybe, hopefully Jazzy's translating this. This is about our monthly newsletter. Well, I got the holidays got away with me, and I did not get the newsletter out for last month, so I apologize, but you will get a double newsletter next week from us with a lot of the information that we've shared. So keep a lookout for that. Hopefully kids will be back in school and we will send home a paper copy, but there will also be a copy emailed to you. So keep an eye on your email for that. Everything, all the communications will come from Miss Rivera. So make sure she's whitelisted in your email and not going to your spam. Then also we have the PSA mailing list that we're trying to build so that we can email you directly, as well as a Google Classroom. The instructions for joining that are on the screen. And also you can find these links on the school's website as well. So, and then I think this is the last thing. We are desperately seeking more Spanish speaking interpreters to translate our meetings. Jazzy has done the job for us twice now, and she doesn't even go here, but she really has helped us a lot. But we would love if anyone else could volunteer to translate just through one meeting. We would greatly appreciate it. So please email us if you can actually do that. And that's it for me.
So we may now address any questions anyone has. If you can please type it in the chat or unmute yourself or raise your hand.
I don't have well, maybe it is a question. This is Michelle Sanchez. My daughter's in the 3rd grade. For the last 2 years, this will be the 3rd year, I am offering and working on establishing a foundation, and I offer graduating 5th graders an award. I present an award. It is kind of like a competition, and I am trying to make this award grow as I establish my foundation. And it has to do with character. And I know that the PS 376 is a school which follows the bucket filling, and just, if it would be a school that would be interested in participating. I do my own fundraising for it, and the winner receives a $100 gift, including a certificate and a trophy. This award is to commemorate the memory of my daughter who was killed 2.5 years ago. And the reason I would like to have 376 be a school that joins is because when this happened, both my children are students. Well, my son graduated last year from 376, but the support that we received from the staff was amazing. And I see the character that is built, the character education that is also instilled in the school. So if we can be in communication, if it's something that you can present to teachers and staff as something, their students do have to write an essay, and it would be submitted to myself. And I've had to figure out a way to do this remotely as well, since we went into remote education.
What would can you give a little bit more details on what they would have to?
Sure.
You actually just email us the details.
No, of course.
I think that would probably be the easiest. Just email it, and then we'll get back in touch with you. And I'm so sorry to hear about your daughter, but that sounds like a really awesome way to remember her.
Thank you. I will send you the email. I'll send you the information. The first year I was able to offer 2 awards, and last year through generous benefactors, I was able to offer 8 awards to 8 graduating 5th graders. So especially at a time like this, it's something that we can also work on, helping our community and acknowledge and honor character. Some of our students may not be the best when it comes to academics, but they're just amazing individuals that do care for each other, and they show that. So this is a time where we really need to look at, am I my brother's keeper? And we are. So I will forward you that information, and then we can discuss this at a later time.
Thank you so much, Michelle. I'm sorry about your daughter.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions from anyone?
No, gracias.
Were all the questions answered in the chat?
Yes.
Okay. So if anyone has any further questions, you can please email us at ps376psa@gmail.com, and we will either respond directly or discuss at the next meeting. If there is no further business, the meeting will stand adjourned. And thank you everyone for joining us.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Bye.
Don't forget to join
Bye.
next
Gracias por la interpretación.
Come to game tonight on the
Yo
20th.
entiendo bien el español, pero mi problema es que no entiendo un poco el inglés.
Gracias por venir.
Oh
Thank you.
my
Muchas
God.
gracias. Buenas noches.
Usted es de la escuela de la 383, ¿cierto? Oh, ok. Bueno, pues muchas gracias por todo.
Gracias.
Cuídese, bye.
Bye.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna stop sharing. Stop sharing. So,
The recording.
yeah, 1 second. Oh no, don't work, do that. Okay.